to you. So the question is
another one.
How do I run my coaching program? So is it like a group environment, like a boot camp? If a boot camp is a group environment, I'm not really sure what a boot camp is because I've never been to a boot camp. Or is it one-on-one help? Well, as my guy Mitch said yesterday.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
He said both, not both, right? B-O-T-H. He said both, B-O-A-F of them. I have a group. Let me start my timer. I have certain people who I have in a group-like environment, and then certain people that I work with entirely one-on-one. And sometimes some people that I might have been working with one-on-one, I'll bring them into a group environment if it warrants. And sometimes people who might have been in a group environment, I will remove them from that group environment because they might need one-on-one help prior to working in a group environment, right? But what do we do in this group environment? Right? So I'm going to give you both of them, right? So I'm going to give you both, B-O-A-F of them, right? So in the group environment, we do Agile. We're working on building a basic application. We're probably going to be starting another application at some point, but where we get to explore the different technologies, the different methodologies. So all of the people that I'm coaching, right? They had never worked in Agile before. However, they want to work in the tech industry. I'm going to say you can't correct me if I'm wrong, if you think it's higher, but I'm going to say at least 75% of companies are using Agile, whether it's Kanban or it is Scrum. I'm going to say that 75%, maybe even higher, of companies nowadays, that's the methodology they're using. Continuous deployment, continuous integration, testing locally, testing on different branches, testing in the cloud, all of that different stuff, right? Your car says 80%, right? Rod Brown, let me know what your thoughts. Would you say a majority of companies now are using Agile methodology, whether it's Scrum or Kanban, in order to keep work moving, so we don't have to wait a whole year before deploying an application? So, and the thing is, right, they had absolutely no idea what Agile was. Like my very, very first Scrum night with my tech barbarians, I did a walkthrough on what Agile is and how story pointing works, how the Fibonacci sequence works. I maybe earlier this year, I released some videos on all of that stuff for Scrum and for sprints and stuff like that. If you haven't checked it, it's in the playlist for software explorations, concept and overviews. But the thing is, so I have to get them into the mindset, because they probably took a Udemy course, they probably took Coursera, they probably did some boot camp, and they were promised the world. And what did they get? On Christmas Eve, they were promised the world, right? And they got a pebble in their shoe. And I was like, not good at all.
Do not come.
That's what the company told them. They said, "Oh, that's so cute. You took a boot camp for 3 weeks, and now you want to come and run with the big dogs." And when I say big dogs, I mean dogs the size of your car's dogs. And they said, "Yep, that's cute." So I was like, you know what? We're not going to be accepting this disrespect. Right? You know, Stephen, it says, put the camera on me, right? We're not going to be accepting this disrespect. So what we're going to do, we are going to learn how all the ins and outs, and this is like from day one on coaching, right? Depending on where I place you, from day one, all right, cool. We're going to be having our Agile nights. We're going to be doing our, and I have to condense these meetings because like these are all day meetings in regular companies, right? I'm like, we're going to be doing our sprint reviews. We're going to be doing our retrospective. We're going to be doing our sprints. We're going to be doing our stand-ups, which some people still don't do their stand-ups as they should, but it's okay. It's okay. We're working on that, right? But I'm like, we need to, I train you to learn as if you are actually working in that work environment already. And so it's not like, well, I'm just going to take this course and sit here and, do exactly what they're doing. Like, so if you're learning the code, I'm like, all right, cool. You're learning code. Start writing some automation tests. Playwright, GitHub integration, GitHub Actions, all that type of stuff, Selenium, Python, whatever. And we will work on it incrementally the same exact way. And then they actually have an application out there, no matter how basic it is. They have an application that they can say, oh, I worked on this. What did you on it? Well, I did this, and that. So that's the group environment. But also we have our one-on-one coaching calls that based on the level, we have a certain amount of time that we allocate. But then even though I have a certain amount of time that I allocate to each person, I'm like, oh, you have an interview coming up? Well, for the next 3 days, we're going to have a mock interview every single day. I'm going to record it. You're going to review the recording so that you can see what you did well, what you did wrong. And guess what? You might think that, and they'll tell you this too. I am very, very tough on them, right? Because guess what? I'm not here to have a pity party for you. Like, oh, I tried this. And guess what? I don't care. I don't care all the things that you've tried in the past, because guess what? In the past, they did not work.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So what I'm looking for is, where are we going? Not where you came from. I don't care where you came from. Where are we going? How are we moving forward? So if on the first day you want to get all your stop story out because you need somebody to listen, you're telling your story to 100 different people and you say, oh my God, I can't believe that. All right, cool, great. Let me be the last person, or go find somebody else to tell it to. But for us here, we are going to work, and we're going to find all the deficiencies, and we're going to fill those gaps. And now that you know what you're talking about and you're getting interview opportunities, we're going to crush those interviews. We're going to have a top-notch resume. Your car will appreciate this. Top-notch resumes get the most, not the lesser. Top-notch resumes get the most, not the lesser. All right, your car knows where that's from. I hope my guy Mitch knows where that's from. Me, myself, hopefully you know where that's from. But all right, so that like I said, discipline, business, Army General. Run your life like the business that you want to work for. All right? So that's my strategy. It might be mean, but it is effective, because I'm not here to be your best friend. I am only best friends with Mitch.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
So that's what I do. I'm like, all right, we're working, like, before we'll joke every now and then, but like once it's time to work, we focus. And I'm like, all right, you were supposed to do this. Why is it not done? I gave somebody an assignment the other day. I'm like, all right, I need you to do this presentation. And then the day before, 2 days before, like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get this done. I'm not going to be able to get the presentation done. I'm like, why? Oh, because I was so busy. I'm like, okay, your stuff was more busy than what I asked you to do. And oh, I'm just being honest. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, all right. I said, you know what? Let this be the very last time that you don't do something that I asked you to do, because you will be replaced. All right. But that's how you have to do it, because if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. They will take a mile. So I'm like, all right, I understand, like certain times you have to make adjustments because, there might be some certain life situations, but guess what? You don't have a life situation every single day. So I'm like, working with you one-on-one, we have to be focused. And I'll tell you one last thing before I move on to this, from this, right? Another thing that I like to do, because whether you're in school, I have someone that I'm coaching who is they're going to school for like cybersecurity and stuff like that. And semester starts in January. I said, all right, great that you're going to be, this is the class that you're going to be taking, great. But we can't allow it to be that it's when you get to the class that you actually start to learn what's in the class. No. There is about a month between now and when the class starts. You're going to get a Udemy course, get it for sale. And you're going to learn all the stuff that you're going to be learning in the class before you actually get into the class. So by the time you get there, you are breezing through the class. You know how to do everything so that it is an easy A for you. It is an easy A. And while you're finishing up the Udemy course and the class is progressing, because guess what? The class is like, from January to like May? So you have plenty of time to knock out, and then you can start learning the next class you're gonna have to take. You can start learning that as well, so that you are not waiting till this to start till the class starts to actually learn this stuff. Learn on your own first. Go and get the easy A. Run it up. Don't make your life hard when you are in school. Right? Make it easier for you while you're in school. So those are the strategies I employ. I have a strategy for each person. No two people are the same. No two people learn the same. So I have to learn the person that I'm coaching and say, all right, this is how we have to maneuver. This is how we have to pivot. We make adjustments, but I have you set goals first. And then based on the goals you set, we start to work towards them and see how we can adjust so that you can meet those goals. That is my strategy. And that's why I also limit the amount of people that I coach, because I do not have all that energy or time to spend on everyone. So I'm like, all right, there's like 4 spots left in the top tier. And I told the person who just got hired, I'm like, look, that you're going to be getting a little bit more money and your time is limited. You need to upgrade to the top tier. So it's probably going to be like 2 to 3 spots left for the top tier, where that's where I really, really work with you one-on-one. So I'm just letting you know, but that is how I do it. That is how I do it. By the time this video gets clipped up and comes out, there probably will be no spots left. Who knows? We shall see. We shall see. All right. Anyways, let's wrap that question up. Hopefully that was helpful and informative.
I've never been afraid to walk away. Left their shadows in yesterday. They thought they owned the lock and key, but I'm the storm they didn't see.
They whispered doubt behind my back, thought my strength was what I'd lack, but I've turned scars into a flame. Their doubts just fuel my untamed name.
I don't care
For which my head held high, left the chains beneath the sky. They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, but I'm the one who breaks the wall.
I've never been afraid to let it all go. They thought they held the strings of my show, bound by their words, but they don't know. I'm the storm, I'm the fire, I'm the glow.
They thought my roots would never grow in fields where winds of freedom blow, but here I stand unshaken, bold, a story no one else could hold.
They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, thought I'd be nothing, thought I'd crawl, but I'm the one who stands so tall. I walk away, I take it all.
I'm the echo in the empty halls, the rebel laugh when silence calls. They thought my song would fade away, but I'm the voice they can't betray.
I've left behind the chains they made. The whispers try to make me afraid, but I don't bow, I don't obey. I walk my path, I find my way.
I don't got to, it's my head